In Malaysia, following the devastation left behind by Typhoon Ryan in September of 1995, Tzu Chi volunteer station in Penang and Kedah came together to hold the first ever large-scale Tzu Chi relief distribution in the country. Since then, whether it is a disaster born of fire, wind, water, or earth, Tzu Chi has been there to help the citizens of Malaysia through the devastation and sadness as they fulfill their vow of bringing great love to all corners of society.
Although difficult to predict the arrival of natural disasters or man-made accidents, despite this, comfort can always be given. In 2010, massive rains lashed the cities of Kedah and Perlis in northern Malaysia, leaving flooding in their wake. As residents fled the disaster zone, Tzu Chi was on hand to help.
Our relatives were unable to come and help us. Then I thought of Tzu Chi, as there was no one else that could save us. We owe a big thanks to Tzu Chi. Without them, things would have been a lot worse.
Whether it was Tzu Chi's cleanup crew or trucks filled with supplies, Tzu Chi's commitment and love to the region was apparent for all to see. Huang Qingyuan's house was inundated in the floods of 2005. Although receiving consolation cash from Tzu Chi, he couldn't bring himself to spend it.
I put in my drawer for safekeeping and haven't used it in these 5 years. It is something that means a lot to me, and thus I want to keep by my side.
In 2010, Huang once again became a flood victim and received consolation cash from Tzu Chi. Only this time, he decided the time had come to use it.
There are so many flood victims, so I wanted them to have the money. I still have money I can use, and this way I can help Tzu Chi or families with any problems they may encounter.
In 1995, the southern provinces of Malaysia were hit with a heat wave that brought massive rains in its wake. Then, in September of that same year, Super Typhoon Ryan brought flooding to the northwest part of the country. Encountering devastation on such a massive scale, Tzu Chi volunteers mobilized to hold the first ever large-scale disaster relief in the country, the first of many to come. In 2012, at an aid distribution for victims of a fire, one recipient had this to say about Tzu Chi's aid.
I'm very moved and very happy to have met an organization that cares so much, and one that makes no distinction between race or religion. We are so thankful.
Tzu Chi has never made a distinction between race, color, or creed in the course of its aid distributions. For the volunteers, this is their affirmation of the Tzu Chi ideal that great love can and does transcend all boundaries.